Hey, what's up everyone? Today's adventure, we're going to be going up Mount Wilson. This is just a little quick intro video. Just wanted to say what's up. Got my two bros here, Richard, Leo. 14.5 miles is the goal today. I think it's estimated 14.5, 15-ish. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, it's just a little bit after 7 right now. We should be on the trail already, but it's going to be interesting today. So any last words before we take off? I gotta tie my shoe. No. Should be fun. Yeah, so this is Richard's first peak. Me and Junior have done the San Jacinto peak, so we're gonna be 2 or 6 on the six peaks challenge. And yeah, we're looking forward to this one. Anyway, all right, so that's it. All right, guys, so we are at the very beginning. Here's the sign.
Hermit Falls, a mile and a half. We're going all the way to Mount Wilson, 7 miles.
Yep, so this is the very, well, not exactly the start of the trailhead, but we're on our way. So
Hey, what are the odds you'll get that wrong? Hey, they probably do have some zip lining out here somewhere, huh? Yeah, it's pretty dope.
God, it smells luscious. And Porta John up there is something else.
For a second, I thought you said something good. Oh, you got nasty nose. Ready? Fish? Bug. Sweet ass shit, bug. I don't know if bugs were created until like a year or two ago.
They're what?
Yeah, bugs aren't just like a natural breed. They were like scientifically created.
All dogs are scientifically created if you think about it, though.
Oh, no. Yeah, but I mean,
they started out as wolves, and look at that. Now you got chihuahuas and shit. So how do you explain that one?
Well, you could debate this. You turned a wolf into a chihuahua.
Yeah, you did. It's exactly what happened.
Yeah, would you breed with the fucking squirrel?
They probably just started like, you know, I mean, how do you breed small fucking anything? You just got to breed it with small, and keep going small.
What it was is, I mean, each continent probably had its own, I guess, wolf dog, and they all rank, because like, even if you, like, Canadian wolves, did you know that they're bigger than North American wolves? Even like when we had more natural wolves. Anyways, like each continent probably had its own different sized dog, you know, like, or like, because like European countries, how they're just naturally coated, their dogs probably had to develop thicker coats and all that. So that's probably how you got all these different looking dogs. So some of them probably had, you know, little 30-40 pound dogs. You breed that with a smaller dog, and then, you know, you get it run to the litter. So that's how I'm sure those got. But I forgot what crossbreed they did with like 2 or 3 different species to get real pugs.
Well, there's wolf, everybody knows that, and then there's like an African kind of dog. It's like a not a hyena.
Like dingoes? Those are pretty.
Yeah, kind of like dingoes. They look like just like, you know, weird little dogs and shit. But that's another kind of species that, if I'm not mistaken.
Like this little kid, actually, it was kind of funny because I think he's only in 2nd grade. He's like a little nerdy kid, came in to print out some stuff for the school. He was like, fascinated with hyenas. He had like pretty pictures he wanted to print. He was talking about some hyena facts. You know they laugh at motherfuckers when they kill them.
I mean, I saw a video on YouTube the other day. This like hyena that walked into like a lion camp.
Oh, they don't care. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess he like, I don't know what the hell he was thinking, but he was going after some food, but the male lions popped out all of a sudden, beat his ass. I'm talking about like, I thought they killed it. I thought they killed it because it was like, you know, they like choked it out. Well, first it was like a long battle. Like the thing wouldn't just give up ever, you know? And then eventually, little by little, they wore it down, you know? Like it lasted like a fight, like a long time, you know? And then little by little, they started wearing it down. And eventually, like the male lion shows up and he just like plows it and he just starts choking it out like how they normally do.
I mean, like physically, it's not really a challenge, but like.
But get all this. After a while, like the male lion got up because they don't try to eat it. They just want to kill it, you know? Like half hour later, he's like rising from the dead basically because he starts like breathing because it looked like he wasn't even breathing after a while. And he just starts breathing, and then like later on he's like limping off. I'm like, damn, those are some tough motherfuckers, man.
Look at him. He's not dead. He's just asleep. Honey, that shit. No, yeah, they're kind of like that. Like, and if
they might be some of the toughest animals in the,
if there's enough hyenas, and there's like a lion by himself, or just like one homie, they'll try to kill him.
Now, some animals like podcast we were listening to today, they'll just give up, you know?
Yeah.
There.
But I think if you are talking about like
Damn, where is this taking
any sort
us?
of
All the way to
animal
the bottom.
that has like a predator feel to it, or he's got to hunt for something, because like a deer ain't doing nothing. I just gotta try to stay alive as long as I can until I die. Like that's their life. But any other sort of like even like small cats. Like, did you bring a knife?
Oh yeah, it's in my pack. I should probably pull it out and wear it. Oh no, there it goes. All right, guys. So we are now right around the starting point. Just get a view, pan around. It's pretty scenic, huh?
This is not one of these.
All right. I think this is the official, like, you know, takeoff point, because we were just mostly walking on pavement to get to the trailhead. So a little porta john right here.
Look, you can put right here.
Huh?
Well, the first step I can do is avoid confrontation, just in case. It's bad.
Interesting.
Kind of fancy the gun would be in or not.
Huh?
If you kind of fancy the gun would be in or not.
Whoa, I'm already feeling it. Nah, I'm all right, but if this is any early indication of what's in store.
We're probably not even put them all in there.
Oh, hell no.
You can put them on.
Well, I got my hiking app on. It'll tell us when we hit a mile, because I turned it on right when we left the parking lot.
Yeah, so we're probably got people. It's like a sign, it's 6.4 more. Not like
I wonder if these little cabins are like private property, or just like it belongs to the state, or what. Yeah, that's true. Did you guys?
maybe
1 mile.
Duration 23 minutes 8 seconds.
So we're a mile in, but technically we're not really a mile in, because
176 feet.
yeah, the trail mile will probably like.
yeah. Did you guys watch that Rogan podcast where he has some hunter on there? I forgot what his name is already, but he like an avid outdoors guy. He does guided tours and shit like that. Anyway, he was talking about, because that guy's from Nevada, and he was talking about how he loved growing up out there because like the majority of the state is public land. And then what they were saying is like, yeah, you know, that's what's shitty about Texas, because like 80% of it is publicly owned now. And I'm like, fuck, that's fucking crazy. Like, you know, that explains why you don't hear of any like national parks in the fucking state of Texas. Texas has a lot of fucking forestry and desert, and it's just, you know.
Well, that's why Texas is also kind of weird. Like,
Well,
they have like a lot of like they have the most population of like exotic animals. Like, I think like the total population of like tigers, they have like 80 or 90% of it. It's like privately owned and shit.
well, it gets worse than that. So after I heard that, I got curious. I'm like, I wonder what percentage of California is privately owned. So I found this website that gives down a breakdown percentage-wise. Texas is 95% privately owned. It's even fucking worse. How is and not by coincidence, the largest landowner in the country happens to own his properties in Texas. His amount of property is the size of Connecticut. That's how much land that guy, like, why the fuck does any one person need that much land ever, you know? I think that's bullshit. But California, though, we're actually in the top 5. We're only at 54%, which is fucking amazing if you think about the population that we have, almost 40 million, you know. I think we're the most populated state in the entire country, and we're like in the top 5. I think we're like number 4 or something like that, number 3. Basically the only ones above us are like states that nobody lives in, like Alaska. I think they were like number 1. They're like, their percentage of private ownership is only like 18. Nevada was up there too. I want to say like Montana or some shit like that. Yeah, it's crazy. So that's why. But we're like at 54%. I hope it stays that way, man. So like right now that we were talking about these houses, you know, probability of them being state owned, it's probably pretty spot on. I don't, you know, anywhere people go, man, all we do is fucking destroy and pollute. So keep them on in LA, man. Don't let them venture out into these, because just before you know it, this will be a wasteland too, you know. A lot of people, when California was founded, were that you know, like had like built cabins in places like this, were prospectors back in the 1850s. The government used to grant like permission and shit to homestead. Yeah, like, yeah, move out west and start populating the state. We'll give you like land, you know. But you had to either like be a prospector, like, you know, you're going to be starting a business like mining, you know. That's why there was a lot of mining going on. Or you had to just outright buy it, like the fucking dude that owned Hearst Castle, Randolph Hearst or some shit like that. At the time, he was one of the wealthiest men in the country. He owned a fucking newspaper, I think. And so with his massive wealth, he fucking bought like almost all of Northern California. Well, not all, but, you know, huge fucking amount of coastline. Well, eventually he passed that on to his son, and then his son passed it on to him. It lasted for like 3 generations, but eventually the state reclaimed it. So now it's a state park. That family still lives on that property. They have like a house, you know, it's a nice luxurious house, I guess, but they don't own all that. It's all open to the public now, which is good. Look at this. When the state reclaimed it, part of the agreement was that, you know, that they weren't going to be allowed to, the state wasn't going to allow developers to come in and start building houses. Otherwise, there'd probably be houses all over that area now. So, was it you who I was talking about this the other day? About like, I don't think we're ever going to be in a position where the population needs to like spread out. Because if we do, we're going to outstretch our resources, you know? Like if we're ever in a position where every state is super populated, we're fucked. Because I don't think it'd be sustainable. There'd be like no way that we can produce that many resources to keep a population fed and shit, right? I think we're like at that right now. And I feel like, what's our country's population? Like 350 mil or some shit like that? It's basically like at its peak right now. I don't think we can really go up. Whew, I'm winded a little bit. Almost broke my goddamn neck. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing that when we get closer to the cliff sides. Well, first impression so far, I think it's very scenic. We're still kind of in an area where there's just a lot of little cabins, but eventually we'll be away from all this. But a lot of greenery, which is kind of cool for this time of the year, because today's February 1st, and I imagine in the spring it's even more lush than this. But yeah.
One that was tough, and some of the other, that guy fucking, he was big, strong, dude. The one on the other side, I was just like stopping. I probably took a ride. Like, too quick after his pipe.
Yeah, Richard's class like for Pop Warner, they were winners, man. A lot of them, it was good that a lot of them went to Silverado because, you know, it kind of kept the crew together, I guess. But you know that Rancho Cucamonga team that you guys used to always clash with? Yeah. They were the ones that, you know, they won the Pop Warner Super Bowl, I guess, the championship. They also won CIF, and one of the guys that they had, I don't remember his name anymore, ended up getting a scholarship to USC. Nah, he was like a linebacker, wasn't he? Well, he got recruited as an athlete, so he didn't have a position. I wish I could remember his name, but apparently you played against them, so. It's weird how, well, I guess it's not fucking weird, it's logical, but like, you know, like when you guys used to crush Chino all the time, right? And at the time, Chino high school football was the shit, you know? And I used to always say, yeah, well, wait till they get to high school. They're going to get bigger, stronger. They're going to have good coaching, and they'll learn how to be winners and shit. Bullshit. That same generation had the worst Chino football record in their history. If Randy's watching this, he probably feels sad about it. Oh no.
Like, I remember one time Brandon showed me a clip. I'm like, Chino, of course.
Yeah.
Because those kids used to quit like.
Yeah. And the kids, you know, the squads, the Pop Warner squads that had like fucking legit players and were good, you know, they also had winning high school football programs. So maybe it does go by generation. Who knows?
No, I think we beat them a few times. We beat them. I think we beat them a yeah, actually. I think teams I used to, not dread playing, but I used to, man, this is going to be a fucking brutal Sunday. Well, we all used to just smoke us, but those kids never hit. They just had
speed.
Yeah. But the teams that I used to always go down with, if you're like San Bernardino, Montana, they used to have some kids that just all game long want to throw down. Of course, they're like, alright, but so yeah, those guys used to be bucking all game long. Rancho too. They always seem to have just like a fat fullback for him.
A fat fullback for you. Well, Rancho is also, if you go back 10 years, you know, if we're talking about that time frame, they were also like a new community. A lot of brand new houses came up in that time frame. So you had motherfuckers, you know, families probably moving in from all over, you know, LA and everywhere else.
Probably one of the top teams that I feel like the most fun to be playing. It was actually against Rancho, but they let me do both ways, and I was offensive line obviously, and then they let me pick. They're like, all right, you can either just lead the offense, and I was like, at the time I was like,
oh, look at this, you guys. So I guess this would be Sturtevant Falls, Sturtevant? I don't know how to. Right in our backyard. It's crazy to think, huh? We're only just scratching the surface of this hike, so whoa! Got a way to go. Right over here, look. I was just looking at that too. I'm like, damn. Well, wait a minute, hold on. I know, but it can't possibly go up, does it? Oh, so, okay.
Hey, let's check out the pond.
I bet you this shit's cold. Oh, yeah. You said not to back over eating canyon. Before the drought peak. Yeah. Yeah, we'll take a picture. Alright guys, so apparently that little fall that we just showed you was a little detour. Never been on this trail, so I don't really know it. But now we're back on the actual trail. We were just down there, and it took us around a little loop where we ran into that fall, which was a dead end, obviously. So we had to come back. Now we're on the actual trail. And if you can tell by my breath, yes, it's a little bit of a workout. It's got a good steep incline. We're on our way, officially. Whew. Whew. Should probably take off this damn beanie, huh? Overheating. I'm overheating for no reason. Alright, see, here's some of these little cliff sides that I was telling you about. And it gets worse. Look at this. My mom would probably be buying, like, slicing these up already, huh? That's a natural one. What is it called again? Agave or?
Aloe.
Aloe? I don't know. In Spanish it would be...
Aloe?
I don't fucking know. I was going to say nopales, but it's not that. Alright, I gotta control my breath. Look at this bullshit. Language, guys, language. What did you're not allowed to say that no more.
Watch your profanity. I was throwing up Aggie that rain. Listen to from the storyboard.
Huh?
You know, oh, white guy wears the glasses. He's like really like a motorcycle. Oh, wait. He finds the store thing. He's like, there's no, he's living. My guy. That's his like just like him. Watch your profanities.
Hey, watch out for snakes, man. So if somebody gave you $100 and said, get on this barrel and I'll roll you down this shit, would you do it? Not for 100. I wouldn't do it at all. You're like, I gotta think it over a little bit more.
You're gonna try to bounce on top of the barrel.
No, like in it, like rolling down. I wouldn't do that shit. A barrel, I don't know, like one of those barrels that they put whiskey in and shit like that.
Probably not. I think those are 20 ounces. It's pretty hard enough to bend. Pretty padded one. Like, all right.
Pretty padded one. I don't think they have any padding. They're just barrels. Whoo! Scenery is getting nice. Sun's also, what is he saying, Django? Shining on all of us. The sun is up.
Baby. You hungry already?
I ain't hungry. I'm fine. Anyway, I got that new fly rod, right? And there's this lake just at the start of the Sierra Mountains called, I want to say it's Lone Pine. I don't know, everything's fucking pine up there, so it mix them up. But anyway, ooh, watch your step right here. It's about an hour-and-a-half hike to get to the lake. Once you get to the mouth of the mountains, basically. Who's down? Probably like in, I don't know, 2 weeks. Oh, well, you'll be gone. Never mind.
We'll do a Mount Rainier. That might be a trip we're doing.
Well, I already told this guy I might go up there, take a Greyhound or something. They don't call it poop, they call it scrap. Bear scrap.
Actually, if we ran to bear scrap and it didn't look like it was 7 months old, we'd be in trouble.
Why?
It's not too far away, brother.
Yeah, but it's not guarding its poop. Like, yeah, you getting close to my poop.
No,
I'm gonna fuck you up. Actually, if I saw a fucking deer, I'd be more worried. I'd be like, ah, there's a dead deer here. Looks like it's been being fed on. Let's get the fuck out of here. Because then they come out.
Now, if it goes eating a deer, it makes you probably like, yeah,
Whoa! Whoa! All right, I'm gonna have to turn the camera off for this one. This is super sketchy. All right, so right now we are at the top of the falls, and you can kind of see the water comes rolling down the mountain all through this little mini canyon here, and then it just trickles down. These passageways are very, very narrow. You can see we only got maybe 2.5 feet of clearance here and a straight fall down. So it is, you do got to be cautious. Make sure you have some shoes with some good tracking. The last thing you want is to be sliding down. If you were to fall off something like this, I mean, it's probably not going to kill you, but it'll, you'll end up with some good bruises and sores and cuts. Anyway, these fools are way up ahead now, so I gotta catch up. Yeah, I had to pause the video last and take off the the little selfie stick, and now it's mounted on my shoulder, the camera, because it's too sketchy to be holding on to a little stick on one hand. And so far, this scenery is something else, man. Crazy to think that this is just in good old Southern California, man.
It's in LA.
And it's in LA. I mean, it ain't no Colorado, but this is pretty damn nice. Oh, look, another little fall.
Workout pause. Workout resumed.
Fucking. What's that movie called? Raiders of the Lost Ark? What is it? He's up there. Where? Look, he's up there. Oh, shit. Dude, it'll be right there. Oh, damn, shooting there.
I don't think that's it, guys.
Him?
No, go.
No, he's going to make it go right here. He's going up that way.
Yeah, but he was back over here.
Oh, look, see, the trail goes right there. We should have cut across right there.
Right where?
Oh, fuck. We can see that little trail. We can, man. Look, right there. See that little trail? Zigzag. That part of the blue is still in there. I'm going right there. You can go right there. I'll see it. I told you I'm wild. Hey. Yeah, it's funny, man, too. You got a rope in your bag? Or just rope it up? Yeah, this part's really scalable. Look, look at something being done before.
Well, we're off trail right now, trying to scale this little ill-advised hill here because we missed. Yeah. Probably very, very stupid right now. Ugh. Shit.
All four, baby. You're GoPro on, right?
Yep. It's real life.
You haven't found mountains, boy. Yeah, not walking.
Uh-oh.
I'm so worried.
It's giving way underneath me, though.
Yeah.
Shit.
Alright, no more, I got you.
Dude, I'm in trouble.
Workout
Oh, you got the
pause.
last part was rough, but keep your hands ahead.
That was sketchy, and I will not do that again.
Yeah, I had to be the first shot. I didn't have no hand weight. How did you not do that again? Is that not some part of the day?
So basically what happened there, well, you all just
10
witnessed,
minutes on a walk. That's
we missed a turn on the trail that loops back around that way and then scales up this. Rather than going back, we went up that. See this hill right here? Yeah, just walked up that shit without a rope and
direction I do, and I just wanted you guys.
That's some good strength, man. You just yanked me up like I was a piece of paper. If that had been me on the other end, I'd have been like, eh.
Dude, the very end, that's what I had to do.
Let me find a vine real quick so I can throw it down to you.
At the very end, when I was getting to the top, I reached a few times, I couldn't reach all the way without slipping. I literally just jumped, and I was like,
We just came from down there. Pretty good ways down. Camera won't pick it up, but trust me. Ooh, I can feel temperature change here. Like drastically by like 10 degrees.
that's something that's similar when you go in, as soon as you hit the dumbest pit. You need to go at night, it's like 30 degrees outside. It's like muggier and hotter as soon as you walk into it. It's what they call it, dumbest pit. Yeah, I'm thinking this fucking short off.
I wouldn't. You know, you could actually stay cooler if you have long sleeves. Sounds counterintuitive, but you can. You ever notice Arabic people that live in the desert, they're all shrouded? Okay.
No horses.
I guess we go this way, right? That way we'll be back to camp. Chantry Flats.
All these signs out there. Hold on, let me take a swig of water. I got you. So that's gonna be your last resort.
All right. We reached this little, I'm gonna call this the halfway point. It says Mount Wilson, 3.5. So yeah, this is exactly the halfway point because we're going 7. What do you guys think so far?
Not too bad.
Looks like the ass kicking begins again. Look, it's already going up right there.
Honestly, going up isn't hard, it's going down. Down is
I agree. I agree. Fucks up your knees and shit.
My leg, that's
And shins.
I
Yep.
walk like this all the time. My heels. I hit
Yeah.
my toes, man. My toes are right.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, you know, roll on like your heel like that, but it still fucks up your knees.
Like, you would do well. Look at my foot. Yeah, the whole way back. Time to do all that.
There's all these dams along this trail for this creek. I suppose it helps with flood control. Porta-john up there.
Oh, good. I had a fish.
Looks like it's locked though.
The whole trail? No, they got the whole jungle.
Squiggers. There must not be a lot of bobcats out here, because bobcats gank squirrels all the time. Like there's a lot in Silverwood, that's why you don't see, other than like the main park area, you don't see them anywhere outside of that. Bobcats keep them in check around there. I actually saw one. Oh, I fucking love bobcats. I think they're the shit. I wish you could domesticate them, but you can't. Huh? I mean, like, you could probably still have one, but it's still gonna be wild. Like, even if it's tame towards you, it'll still fucking turn on you randomly and shit, and then be your friend again later on. Like, that's just how they are and shit. That's what I mean. That's raising them from a kitten. If you just got them straight out of the wild, fuck no, it'll bite the shit out of your ass. Yeah, it'll just scratch you the fuck up. I'll punch a cat if it did that shit to me.
Cats, skeletons are weird though, so like...
They got no
you have to
shoulders.
get it cleanly to hit it with a good punch.
Oh. Yeah, did you know cats don't have shoulders?
Yeah, like if a cat was just being on him when you try to punch it, it probably wouldn't do jack shit to it. Let me give it a snap. No surface area. But if the cat was like sprawling out, coming towards you, and you just like, uppercut it in the stomach, yeah, you'd probably kill it.
You know what I was just thinking about? That bench that we passed back there. How the fuck did they get that bench there? There's no truck trails. What, did they just fucking hike it all in and shit? Or they loaded it up to pieces and then they just built it when they got there, or what?
Other guys, like the other guy was just skipping through here. Hey man, carry the wood over there. Sure.
Look at this bullshit. Ugh. Okay. So we reached the camp area.
Oh really?
This was a resort.
A lot of people get trying to get here.
Fuck.
Well, consider back then. This is how they lived every day. This is how they travel. Traversing.
As you can see, I'm still breathing hard as hell. That last little patch, quarter of a mile, was
1945. We just see tents. Yes, tents.
interesting little area we just ran into, though. Oh, hold on, you guys. I have to. Here, hold this. Oh, there's a mountain lion right there. Oh, wait. Is it a bobcat? It's really small. Go get it. It's right. You can't see it now, but.
Well, I know I can cut it once it works, but I don't remember how I originally cut it. Just keep the opening.
All right, so we probably been hiking for about an hour. Would you say like an hour, hour and a half?
Just the last update?
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, the battery died, so I had to replace the batteries on the camera, and then we just hiked it out. We stopped at this little spot here. We're about 1.5 miles away from the peak, and I gotta tell you, man, this hike is like all uphill. There's hardly any like leveling areas where you can catch your breath for an extended period of time. So this is for sure a workout, man. It's kicks your ass enough that that you almost can't enjoy the scenery because you're just trying to catch your breath, keeping your head down, moving up. Overall, though, it's still an enjoyable hike. I got the camera mounted on my forehead now, so if I move around too much, excuse me, but comes with the territory, I suppose. I'm feeling like I got a little bit of a cramp on my left leg, but overall I feel good. Probably just need some sodium in my body. So hopefully we can make it up to the peak within the next 30 to 45 minutes. Hopefully. I'm having to stop more and more now because, like I said, this last little 2-mile stretch, it's just been a major ass kicker. So the wear down from the start of the trail to now really starts taking its toll. So I'm having to stop a little bit more, but overall though, I'm hanging in there. All right, good. And we're off. Well, first area where it really starts to open up a little bit.
Oh, look at that. Honestly, that might be sand demons.
I had no idea. Doesn't look like a very clear day, so we probably won't be able to see the Long Beach Harbor. Yeah, well, that's that. Huh?
How many gallons are there? What does it have us at now? 7.3. I'd be happy if it was at 7.3.
738, 4924. So we got like 300 more feet to climb.
This shit feels never ending though. In comparison to the other one, it's got to be all these. Like I said, there's just no breaks.
Well, it's also just straight up.
You get to the top of one, like a little walkway that you turn the corners. Whoop,
Yeah,
you get to that one.
Like this is like the most flat we've seen like in the past. Oh well, but it's just literally like that. Like you just said, it's like walking up a flight of stairs, turning. Oh, another flight. Oh, another flight. Oh, another flight.
All right, let's go.
Workout pause.
Is that San Jacinto over there?
Workout resumed.
Or that one?
Straight ahead.
Yeah.
That's Gorgonio, that's Jacinto. We stood at the very little pointy peak of that.
Yeah, that's cool, huh? This harbor 605.
Workout pause.
605's over there.
605 over there.
Yeah. Maybe.
You can see my feet. They go so slow. They're so far.
We are almost there. It looks like we have arrived. Last few feet here. What? It's over here, guys. I tell you what, man, this is a
Hey, is that the dam that we saw when we drove in?
I don't know. I feel like we came from down there. All right. All right. So once you get up to the peak, you got an observatory up here, and people come up here. You can actually drive up here from the back roads, but they got a museum. Huh?
So why couldn't I hike like this?
Well, it was just uphill the whole time. Huh?
I don't know, check this out real quick.
All right, so
Workout resumed.
this is pretty much the little area up here. Earlier, you guys saw the observatory, little rest area, cafe area. It's closed right now. We're going this way. It's this way. So
Workout pause.
we are outie.
Workout resumed.
Here we are. That's where we just were. And now the going down part begins. In many ways, it could be rougher than coming up. Although, I think for this one, I think I would rather prefer going down. So here's our... You guys want to go to the edge over there, or want to just fight? We probably rested for about a good 30-40 minutes, which was much needed, man, because I was all but beat. So this is the earlier I showed a peek of the back side of the mountain. This is the LA side, but it's too hazy and smoggy to pick it up. Just the other day when I was out here, you could see the ocean and the harbor and Long Beach. But yep,
Workout pause.
there's LA. Hey, I wonder if we could see Dodger Stadium. Where would Dodger Stadium be? What's up, man? Notice the smiles? Not going uphill no more, bitches. Fuck, it makes a huge difference, man. Look at this bullshit. Look at this shit. We did all that shit. Yeah, so we're on this little trail. We got to find another trail that comes up pretty soon, and we start going down. I'm sure it's not going to be like this the whole way down, but it is the way down, not up. This hike, know that when you come down, if you're doing the loop, you have to come to this little intersection right here. We want to go down Chantry Flats, 5.5 miles from this point.
Oh, ready?
10 miles completed. Average pace 26 minutes 36 seconds per mile. Duration 4 hours 26 minutes 23 seconds. Elevation 4,580 feet.
You know what I would like to see? I would like to see a professional Japanese pitcher throw a ninja star. A ninja star. Just to see the kind of damage it could do from an actually trained arm that can throw for velocity. You know? But he has to be a Japanese pitcher. It can't be just like Clayton Kershaw or something. No, it has to be a pitcher who's also Japanese. I don't know why I just had that random thought, but...
How heavy are grenades?
Fuck. Have you ever tried throwing a brick? Yeah. Not like the cinder blocks, but like the little old school, you know, clay bricks, like those.
Baseball being a relatively popular sport in America, I wonder what you have advantage of just fucking hucking grenades 50, 60 yards.
Nah, nobody hucks them 60 yards. I remember when we went to the grenade range, everybody was like tossing them fucking 5, 10 yards. A couple of dudes that had like a little more athletic background, you could tell, you know, were getting them out to like 15, 20. I got mine out to about 15, I'd say. But there was this one fucking dude that chucked it like 25 yards and everybody was like, whoa. You know, it's like when you see Brett Favre or someone like that throw a fucking 80-yard bomb, you're like, you know, you see the ball traveling in the air and you're like, whoa. Huh? There was a lot of dudes that were doing that. I'd say the majority of them.
My shoulder may never be able to throw full force again, but I know I can still fucking throw 5 yards. I'll just jump on that board if I can.
Yeah, nobody throws grenades 60 yards and nobody throws them like this. I don't know why people think in the movies. Every time I see a movie, they're always like fuck. And then it still goes like 30 yards. I'm like, nah. You gotta be like, like, you know, you gotta literally chuck it, you know, to get it out there. It's heavy as hell, man. Look at this bullshit. That's a pretty steep little canyon down there. See, like this entire hike, we've been at the edge of cliffs like this. Literally, look. Trail. Yeah. One fuck up, you'll be rolling down. What? Wait, say that again?
Huh?
Say that again?
When you remember something in the picture, you can literally see it right in front of you. You also see what's in front of you.
I mean, I guess yes and no, but I think it's more like the zone out. Like I'll be doing something where I'll be confident enough to where I'm just have it on autopilot, and then I can be picturing or seeing something else. I can't be like looking around doing this like, oh, look, like a gnome right there.
No.
I was driving. I was listening to you. I was literally seeing everything. What the hell was I?
Yeah, driving's probably a good example of when it's zoning out.
Well, I'll tell you what. This is no bullshit. A couple times that me and Pablo went to fucking Diamond Valley Lake, I remember leaving the lake and waking up somewhere when we were going up the pass. Don't ask me how. That's all I remember. So I don't know how the fuck that happened. So I said,
oh, he's like, he's like, the whole time.
yeah. I used to tell this dude, don't go to sleep. Within 3 minutes, he's asleep. I'm like, fuck. So then I would fall asleep.
I need like the pack of gum and fresh fucking energy drink. I've tried to stay awake. Like, all right, this is the time.
This is the
when we're there, and I'm like, well, right.
This is the time. That's the last thing you remember. Then you wake up. We're already there. All right, we're here. I'm telling you, and it happened more than once, by the way. It wasn't just like one time that I can think of. 2 or 3 times. So I was like conscious, but not conscious. It's fucking weird. It's a damn miracle we didn't get in an accident. I was just thinking about that episode though. Whoa. I always get like, you know how like depending on what you've been browsing and shit, apparently at some point I was like browsing, you know, looking up The Office or some shit. So now like I get like these little fucking like news articles. Oh, they might be bringing that show back, you know, like shit like that. It's always fucking phony, you know, never gonna happen. But I don't think it would do good if it came back either, though.
If they did, it would just need to be like a fucking one episode, maybe if there were adventures, make it like 45 minutes and just like an update. So you'd be like, oh. Yeah, not like, let's relaunch this bitch.
Well, if you remember how it ended, first of all, it wouldn't have Pam or holy shit, Jim, because remember they left the company.
Yep.
So they moved away to like Texas or some bullshit, remember?
Yep.
And then Phyllis was still there, I think, but fucking the black guy, what the hell was his name?
Daryl left, part of Jim's company.
Well, yeah, he left, but I'm talking about the fat black guy that used to always have an edit.
Yeah.
Stanley. He fucking retired, remember?
Yeah.
They fired the dumb guy, the bald dumb guy.
Yeah.
He opened up his own bar. I mean, they all kind of had like happy endings. The only ones that had fucked endings was the HR guy. What the fuck? Toby. He had like a fucked up ending. And then what was the girl, that Hindu girl, her and Ryan got back together. I remember that shit.
Yeah.
And then Dwight became like the manager, the office manager. So that was how that ended. He married that chick. And then that was about it. The rest of the crew were fill-ins, like people that Andy kind of had a fucked up ending too.
Yeah.
Like depressing, not fucked up, but depressing. Like it was good for him, but it's kind of like an outcast.
The funny thing is, I turned on to The Office when they were still shooting it.
Oh, really?
So I got really into it when I think they had to wrap up like season 5.
I'm not very happy right now. We're going up. Look at this shit. We're not supposed to be going up. Actually, we are. The last part of this trail is an incline, so the good news is we're almost done. We're about 13 miles in. Probably got about a mile to a mile and a half to go. So just gotta suck it up. What is that? Oh. All right, great. Seems kind of counterintuitive, huh? It's like we're back up at like 3,500 elevation.
I'm sure I'm struggling with it.
Huh?
The part about it is there's going to be just a decline as soon as we get to my biggest things right now is I'm just hungry as hell. I think shit.
Right now, it feels like we're in the twilight zone because we're close to the end. Miles wise, there not be no rock slide. Miles wise, according to my tracker, we're like right at the 14-mile mark, which is about where the trail should start to end. But if you look over there, I don't see that there's a camp anywhere. Guys, we made it. Oh my goodness. I gotta tell you, man, this is a punishing hike, man. This is a punishing hike, man. That last mile, I started getting leg cramps, side cramps. My feet are gone. I feel like I got blisters all over the bottom of them. I'm wasted, man.
I would rate this hike a 10 out of 10, but I don't know if the other peaks are going to be any tougher. So for now, it's got to be 9.
For me, difficulty-wise, this is a 10. For others, who knows, man. I think even if you're in shape, this hike will kick your ass, man. Oh, God. Well, we finished. feel like I can't even walk right.
Should let the water.
Fuck. All right, quick little outro. This hike fucking sucked, man. How y'all feel?
It was pretty tough.
I just want to get off my feet right now.